third and short. And here is May. That is incomplete. Great work to get in there, make things difficult defensively. And it sets up fourth down.
Remember what they told us, Mike, leading up to this game. They said it is so critical for us to find success, especially on third down. We want to maintain possession, extend these drives. Well, the first crack comes up and they fail through the air, and we're going to have to regroup and be able to have better success throughout the remainder of this game.
And good coverage by the punt team. They stop him before he can get any return cranked up. So the Broncos come out, and, Greg, they are led by their QB of the future. Found their guy with the 6th quarterback selection in the 2024 draft. Second season now for Bo Nix.
Well, it didn't take long for Bo Nix to establish himself as a bona fide starter in this league, winning the position with the Broncos as a rookie. He has all the intangibles, but really what sticks out the most, Mike, is the amount of starts he made in college. It's kind of similar to Brock Purdy. Very experienced at the college level. Let's see how that carries over here to the NFL.
And he's going to be taken down at the 37. They'll get 11 there. And that's a quick first down.
And that's a nice grab for his first catch of the game, Mike. And he's someone that the play caller has told us he wants to get him early touches, get him a feel for the game. A nice job there making that happen.
They'll go play action with Nix. That's taken in. It's R.J. Harvey. And he is out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage, so they're going to end up losing a couple of yards. Not a good first down.
Sometimes it's easy for a defense to lose track of a running back, especially when he leaks out from the backfield, but not the case here. They kept eyes on him the whole time. Comes in, makes a sure tackle, and drops him for a loss.
To the left side, into the hands of Franklin. And he'll get about 8 yards as he's ushered out of bounds. It'll set up third down.
All right, so anytime you're facing the blitz, the best thing you can do as an offense is just get the ball out of your hand. Get into the hands of receiver, run after catch. In this case, nice job by the defense, rallying to the ball. Modest gain.
Man in motion is Ingram. Nix from the gun on third down. That one too far out in front. It is incomplete. Evan Ingram, the intended target. And it's going to bring up fourth down.
Quarterback's trying to give his big tight end a chance to go up and use that large catch radius. Unable to connect. Little letdown here for the tight end community, Mike.
Oh, they had a shot there, hit the 5, but it continues into the end zone, and it will come back out to the 20. The Patriots offense ready to see the football for the second time. They'll search for the first points of this game as they begin the drive on 1st and 10. Now the former Buckeye is Travion Henderson. He'll bring this up to the 22. That's Zach Allen there on the tackle. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. A quick throw on the RPO is complete. And he'll be taken down up around the 32-yard line. A gain there of 10 yards. First down, New England.
Really nice job there, Mike. I mean, he sees the blitz coming and just gets the ball out of his hands. Understand where your outlets are. It results in an easy pitch and catch and move the chains.
Up the middle, it's Henderson. And he'll be tackled up around the 45-yard line. That's 13 more on that play. And quickly, another first down.
Really nice explosive play there on the ground, and Tell you what, for these fans sitting in the stadium, they're not used to seeing their home team pushed around. So continue to be physical at the line of scrimmage. Mix in the runs with the pass. And if they can continue to generate these big explosive runs, I don't think they need to go away from it.
This time the sledding becomes a little more difficult. They're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage.
Defensive coaches preach every day, Mike, swarm to the ball. Get as many hacks to the ball carrier as possible. And this is a great reason why. The ball carrier is able to make the first guy miss, but it was the pursuit from the rest of the defense that's able to get him down and keep him to no gain.
And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. 17 yards on that play. Good for a Patriots first down.
I think this is something we're going to continue to see today, Mike, as this game goes along. They're going to make the defense make a decision. Do you want to account for the running back, or do you want to account for the quarterback? In this case, they choose the running back, and the quarterback makes them pay by picking up the first down.
And he does some good work on the ground here. Going to take it inside the 30 with a run of 8 yards. From the 29, here's second down and a yard. Working out of the gun, it's May. Pass caught right side by Henry. Now they are in business inside the 15-yard line. They get 15 on that game. First down, New England.
They've done a nice job spreading the ball around. Make the defense have to account for as many different weapons as possible here early. But think back to our conversation with this coaching staff, Mike. They identified this guy as someone they needed to get involved early and often. So that might be his first target, but I don't think it's going to be his last.
And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple.
A bit of a quick hitter here, and what you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot, but they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short gain.
May to throw on second down. And they'll stop him just short of the goal line, but they are going to have enough to convert. It's going to be first and goal.
Nothing a quarterback loves more, Mike, than being able to pick up a first down without being forced to push the ball downfield and force it past the line to gain. He settles for the underneath check down. He's confident that his receiver is going to pick up the rest after the catch.
Stevenson is into the end zone. Touchdown, New England.
But you think back to their first possession of this game, Mike, it resulted in a punt. Not exactly the fast start the coaches told us was so important as this game unfolds. They get the ball back for possession 2. Now they try to find some rhythm, find their identity of the game plan, and they come away with 6. So that's how you bounce back in this league. It's not always going to be perfect. Really nice job settling into this game here with their second possession.
Now Andres Borregales for the extra point. It's up and good. And the Pats will take a 7-0 lead. So following the touchdown, Borregales is back to send this one away. On the return, here comes Marvin Mims. And he is stopped at the 25. The drive will begin there. The Broncos offense ready to take over for their second possession. They were forced to punt the first time through. It led to a touchdown, so down 7-0 as they get the ball back for 1st and 10. From the 25, they'll go to work. 1st and 10. They send Sutton in motion. A run with the Central Florida product, R.J. Harvey.
So there's multiple factors, Mike, that make blitzes successful. So, of course, there's the initial design. Can you attack the vulnerabilities of the offense's blocking scheme? And then in this case, the next phase is the timing. You can see this linebacker knew exactly when that ball was going to be snapped. The offensive line had no chance to identify and pick him up, and he's able to bring him down for a loss.
And he'll pick up 2 out to the 27. Third, they need 8. Working out of the gun, it's Nix. This one just too far for the receiver, out in front of him. That one falls incomplete. Troy Franklin, the intended target. And that'll set up 4th down.
I think he predetermined that 3rd down throw, and even though the coverage was tight, he still tried to fit the ball in there anyway, and it ended up falling incomplete. I think if he goes through his progressions and has a little bit more trust in his protection, I think there's an easier throw to make out there.
And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. The Patriots offense ready for this next possession. They lead it here early 7-0 as they start with a 1st and 10. From out of the gun, here's May. He's found his receiver, Butte. And he'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
So they have these rules for the receivers, Mike. They call them green grass rules. And the idea is if you're running across the field and you're looking at the quarterback, you're going to stay on the run. If you're not looking at the quarterback, that tells him, I'm going to sit in this soft zone. I'm going to what they call punch and pivot and stop. And that tells the quarterback to put the ball on your chest. That nonverbal communication between the receiver and the quarterback, recognizing when you're open, stay open, that's the stuff that makes a lot of these offenses so difficult to defend.
It's going to be 3rd. They need 1. We'll try to run for it with Henderson. And he's going to have enough for the 1st down. They'll mark him up at the 39-yard line.
And these are the tough yards you judge a back by, Mike. We used to say to our backs, hey, even if we don't block everyone, you've got to be your own blocker. Like, you have to find a way to get 1 yard and keep this drive alive. And I think he's able to pick up that 1st down by about a yard or 2.
And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. 4 catches already in this opening quarter, off to a hot start as he picks up the 1st down.
The defender has to do a better job here, Mike, of getting depth. He wants to elevate that ball to give his secondary defender a chance to make a play. He gets too much width, not enough depth, and a quarterback like this is going to take advantage.
It's the tight end, Henry, in motion. May now on 1st and 10. That one down the field, but it is incomplete. Austin Hooper was the intended target. It's 2nd down.
This offense is doing everything they can to quiet this crowd, and even though they missed on that long attempt, at least it sets the tone that they're going to continue to attack. If they can come up with a completion on one of those downfield passes, it's going to go a long way to settling themselves into this game.
They'll find the rookie 3rd-round pick, Kyle Williams. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up 3rd down.
This is one of those throws where you're hoping you do most of the damage after the catch, but give credit to the defense. Once that ball was caught, they were on him quickly, and there was nowhere for him to go after the catch.
Throwing on 3rd down is May. He'll find his tight end. That's Henry. A gain of 17 yards. Good for a Patriots first down.
Really nice job there, Mike. All they're trying to do is just clear some space for the tight end and then let him go to work in the middle of the field. Now they're set up nicely inside the red zone.
Here's May again. Oh, and a short throw there, but it's going to end up incomplete. That's a pass he'd say he should have had. Instead, he does not, and it brings up second down.
As you can probably imagine, Mike, this one really burns me. I mean, man, I wish my fellow tight ends catch every ball the entire game, but to be this open and not come down with it, I'm going to have to set a reminder. Next year at TEU, we're going to have to bring out some jugs machines.
And he will get forward for about 5 yards. That sets up third down. So they'll talk over what to do on this third down play as we have hit the end of the first quarter. The Patriots out on top. Greg and I back in Denver in just a moment. Converted twice on third down already on this drive. Now can they do it for a third time? Time for the second quarter. The Patriots with the football. That one too far out in front. It is incomplete. We're trying to locate Travion Henderson out of the backfield. And it's going to be fourth down.
Just a couple plays ago, Mike, it felt like a touchdown was kind of inevitable. They were doing everything they wanted as they marched the length of the field. And then as they got down here close to the red zone and that field condenses, they started getting sloppy in their execution. Now, what do they do on fourth down? Do they try to keep their offense out there and extend the drive, or do they settle for 3? And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
So the lead is now 10-0 as this kicks away. On the return, here's Mims. A good return as he takes it across the 30. The Broncos offense getting set to get back to work, and nothing doing from the offense just yet. Down 10-0 as they come up with 1st and 10. Off the play fake, here's Nix. Looking middle there, but it's incomplete. Cortland Sutton, the intended receiver, and that will lead to a second down.
Anytime you see a receiver at this level miss a ball that easy, it's just concentration. They just take it for granted. All of a sudden, they're thinking about what their next move is or what they're going to do after the catch, and instead of just focusing on first things first, secure the catch, put the ball away, then become a runner.
And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5. Third down, they need 5. From the shotgun, here's Nix. That's caught left side by Ingram. And he's down inside the 40-yard line. A gain there of 24 yards. Good for a Denver first down.
I always think you can tell pretty quickly how comfortable a quarterback is in their offense, Mike, by how fast they work through their progression and get the ball to their check down underneath. And in this case, with the depth of the defense, a lot of space in the short game, get them the ball and pick up the first down.
He's close to a first down. It's a gain of 9. Nice pitch and catch on first down.
These are the play calls, Mike, that offensive coordinators use to just get their quarterback and their passing game into some sort of rhythm. Easy pitch and catch, get the ball out of his hand, see a completion. These typically, as the game goes on, lead to bigger and bigger gains.
On second down, Harvey. And he will score! R.J. Harvey. Touchdown, Denver.
When you start talking about the qualities of a top-tier back in the NFL, Mike, we all talk about size, speed, the ability to keep your feet, the ability to have balance at contact. But the part we don't talk enough about is patience, understanding the blocking scheme, the timing, when to hit the hole, as much as what hole to hit. And I think you get a great example of what that looks like when it all comes together. He takes advantage of the scheme, and next thing you know, he hits his head on the goalpost.
Will Lutz now for the PAT. The kick is good. The Broncos are on the board. It's 10-7. So now after the touchdown, Lutz going to send this one away. On the return, Travion Henderson. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. So now the New England offense getting ready for their next possession. They lead by a field goal as they go to work with a 1st and 10. Quickly out to Diggs. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down.
We hear the term RPO so often, Mike, and it continues to kind of trickle its way into the NFL. But remember, it's a lot different in the NFL than it is in the college game where it's a lot more prevalent. The lineman cannot go downfield. So that quarterback has to make a lot of really fast snapshot decisions, or else it's going to lead to a penalty or him holding on to the ball too long. So it's something that teams want to implement, but maybe not quite to the level that we see in the college game. And after that short run, puts them a little bit closer to the 1st down marker, and they're going to need to create more running room on the ground if they plan on extending this drive.
They'll go with the sneak, and he'll have the 1st down. They'll get him up around the 37.
I don't want to take anything away from the quarterback here, Mike. He did a nice job picking up that 1st down, but this play is won or lost by the big guys up front. They're the ones who need to get off the snap on time, get leverage on the defender, and create the space needed for the quarterback to pick up the 1st down.
And a strong 1st down run, a pickup of 9, setting up 2nd and short. Throwing now is May. Sure pass caught by Henry, the tight end. And they'll whistle him down, but not before he picks up a 1st down after a gain of 7.
This play is actually really well defended here. But I'll tell you, Mike, as you know, my philosophy is the tight end is always open, and this just supports my case.
It's the tight end Henry in motion. Off the play fake, it's May. He'll spot Henry open downfield. And they're going to be set up right around the 10-yard line. What a big play there for New England. 37 yards.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And After that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone, and this is where you have to finish drives.
This one caught at the 4. And they'll get this down to the 3, but no further. It'll be 2nd and goal.
I really like the balance that they've showed so far on this drive, Mike, and what that does is it makes the defense have to defend the entire field. The run game and the pass game, everything looks the same. There's no tells, so they can't afford to just dial up certain schemes to take away a run or a pass. They've got to defend the entire playbook, and so far they've done a great job on this drive doing just that.
Demario Douglas, the intended target. And now it's 3rd and goal. Throw again is Meg. And that is caught in the end zone. He's in. Touchdown, Patriots.
So when you find yourself this tight to the goal line, Mike, the offense becomes a lot more restricted in as far as how deep you can throw the ball. The field is wider than it is long, and I think the idea here is let's spread them out. Let's put all of our eligibles out there and let the quarterback get a really good picture. Where are the holes in the coverage? Where are the one-on-one matchups that I like? And let's put this ball in the quarterback's hand, let him make a good decision, and in this case, it results in a touchdown.
Borregales now for the extra point. It's up and through. And the Patriots will get out in front 17-7. So following the touchdown, Borregales is back to send this one away. Here comes a return from the 5. He'll get across the 20, mark him down at the 23-yard line. Back onto the field comes the Denver offense. They find themselves down 17-7 as this drive starts 1st and 10. Mims sent in motion here. The RPO, that one is complete. And he'll be taken down up at the 40-yard line. They'll gain 17 on that one. A very quick 1st down.
Really nice job there to move the chains early in this drive, but now as they approach midfield, continue to keep your foot on the gas. Don't get conservative. Don't start sitting on the ball. Cross midfield and go. Anytime you find yourself on your opponent's side of the field, you have to be thinking points.
This one broken up. It's incomplete. The defender right there with him. It brings up 2nd down.
All things considered, it's actually a pretty good pass. I mean, he puts the ball in a place where only his guy can catch it. But I think he hears those footsteps coming from that nearest defender, and he's not able to secure the catch through contact.
There's a short one taken by Ingram. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
When you put plays like this on tape, it sends a message to every defender across the league. When you play this offense and this guy has the ball, you better bring it when you come to contact him, because if not, you're going to be on the wrong end of it.
On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. He finds his man, Troutman. And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35. That's his first reception of the ballgame, and it really comes at a good time as they get the conversion on 3rd down.
3rd downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation. and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on third downs, that is a recipe for success. Just a little bit too much juice on that one, and you just can't throw the ball out of bounds. Give your receiver a chance to go up and compete for the ball, but when you miss that far wide, he's got no shot.
2nd and 10. On the ground, this is Harvey. And he does not want to go down. Somehow he turned that into a gain of 6.
So I think as they continue to have success on the ground like they did here, I think we're going to see them continue to lean towards that ground game, force the defense to come up, sell out, take it away, and then there's all sorts of options downfield in the passing game.
They'll throw here on 3rd and short yardage. And he's going to have the first down. It is a gain of 6. Good conversion on 3rd down.
The most impressive thing about this drive, Mike, has really just been their efficiency. They've just continued to pick up first downs, fresh sets of downs. We just saw there with that 3rd down conversion, continue to possess the ball. These opportunities to come away with points continue to go up.
Drop play here for Harvey. And that'll be a pickup of 3.
So this team finds themselves now in a little bit of a tricky situation here, Mike. If they don't find a way to start sustaining some of these drives and come away with points, all of a sudden you're trailing by double digits in the second half. You become very one-dimensional, you become very pass-heavy, and that's certainly not how any team in the NFL wants to play.
He'll pop this ahead for about 4, but it will set up 3rd down.
And while that run wasn't anything really to write home about, what it allows them to do, Mike, is keep everything in the playbook at their disposal. 3rd and short, now it's up to these coaches to dial up their best short yardage play and extend this drive.
Mims sent in motion here. Now on 3rd and 2, they'll try and throw for it. To the goal line and in. Troy Franklin. Touchdown, Broncos.
And that was just a great drive, really from start to finish, Mike. You could see the play caller just really finding his rhythm, mix in run, mix in pass, results in the touchdown pass, but really everything.
And before the try, remember, it is a touchdown. All scoring plays are reviewed, so replay will confirm this one before we do anything else. Issue, did the ball cross the goal line? A reminder, it just needs to be the tip of the football just breaking the front of the plane where that white goal line begins. And it needs to be indisputable, which can sometimes be difficult with all those bodies in there. So take away the touchdown. The officials rule, in fact, he did not get the football across the plane, the goal line. Well, a chance to get right back in it here. 1st down and goal. Man in motion is Ingram. Harvey trying to find a crease in that mass of humanity, but he is going to come up short. Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal. Again, it's Harvey. A 2nd effort, and he is in. R.J. Harvey. Touchdown, Denver. His 2nd touchdown of this 1st half. What a standout performance early on in this one. That his 2nd rushing touchdown of the game.
And some backs, Mike, they just have a sense of finding the end zone and being able to finish off these runs. That's exactly what this guy has been able to do today, and we're just getting started.
Here's Lutz now for the extra point. He gets it to go, and the Broncos are back to within a field goal. It's 17-14. So now after the touchdown, Luck's going to send this one away. On the return, Travion Henderson. The Patriots offense and Stephon Diggs heading back out on the field. Will try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. Operating from the shotgun, it's May. That one out in front of his big target. They cannot connect, and it falls incomplete. Hunter Henry was the one he was looking to connect with. And it'll lead to a 2nd down. May gonna look to throw. That one out of the reach of the receiver's outstretched arms. It is incomplete.
Throughout this entire game, we've really seen this quarterback operate very efficiently, not only being able to spread the ball to multiple playmakers, Mike, but really complete a high percentage of his passes. So can't let that last incomplete break what's been a really nice rhythm so far.
Throwing is May. This one broken up. It's incomplete. Good job separating the receiver from the ball, and it is 4th down.
Every so often, Mike, you can see these offenses, and it looks like the passing game gets a little bit too predictable. And as the defense continues to flood the back end of these zones with extra defenders, they're continuing to force this quarterback to not only make some difficult throws, but to put the ball in harm's way.
Going to be brought down after a short return, and that's where his team will get possession of the football. The Broncos offense and running back R.J. Harvey heading back to the field. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. Begin on the ground with Harvey. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45. Now the Broncos going to use the first of their timeouts, and they'll have a chance to talk things over after picking up that 1st down. A run once more, that's Harvey. And some space opens as he's brought down following a gain of 6. Here's 2nd and 3 to go. Throwing is Nix. Throw on the run is complete. And they're into field goal range now as he's got the 1st down at the 26-yard line.
That last completion's going to go a long way towards at least finishing this 2-minute drive, Mike, with some points. You're already in field goal range, so now the idea is continue to work the clock down, take a couple shots at the end zone. You want to get points, ideally a touchdown, but either way,
he's hit after the catch, and the ball comes free. And the Patriots are going to recover.
Mike, we hear that term run after catch so often, and sometimes people miss that there's kind of a middle phase. There's the catch. But before it turns into a run, you have to secure the ball as a ball carrier, right? It needs to be put away, properly held, points of pressure, front tip up against your body. All of that is kind of taken for granted. Catching it is just step one. You've got to secure the ball before you become a runner.
And remember now, all turnovers must be reviewed by replay, so this one is going to need a little closer look. At issue was the knee, or any other body part except the hand, down before the ball comes loose, and are the visuals convincing enough to overturn the call on the field? Now a timeout, Denver. That's their second, as they'll stop it just a little bit over 30 seconds to go in this first half. Space getting tight here, down to the 13-yard line. They work first and 10. Throwing, Nix. He'll step up and run this. And he'll give himself up here, but that's a gain of 5 on first down.
Well, give him some credit. Initially, that looked like it was going to be a sack. He's able to escape the pressure and get away, picks up a little bit of yardage, but at least he avoids taking that shot.
They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. That's going to wind up incomplete. Not much time remaining. Time for one more snap here in this first half.
You know, kind of interesting. You don't see a lot of teams play dime personnel down here in the real low red zone, Mike, but great job by the defensive coordinator anticipating pass, right personnel, right coverage, and really muddied up that back end for the quarterback.
What's his kick? Is good. And the Broncos will tie this game up here late in the first half.
And barring something dramatic here happening, that field goal should take us into the break all tied up. So this one obviously could go either way. I'm really excited to see, Mike, which team comes out of the halftime break, make some adjustments on both sides of the ball to try to give themselves the edge.
So the late field goal brings us level. Final few seconds before halftime as the kick's away. He's going to elect not to bring this one out. Probably a wise decision as this ball comes out to the 35. On 1st and 10, here's May. He'll let this one go long for Williams. Back to the sideline and intercepted. Picked off by Riley Moss. So, halftime straight ahead, and we send it over to Scott Hansen, who has the EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. Scott Hansen back with you in the studios in Orlando. We've got a close one, as we expected. No quarter given on either side. We are all tied up at the break. This one could go either way, so let's find out as they're ready for the third quarter kickoff. Send it back out to the stadium and our commentary team, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
Scott, thanks. No rest at the break for a couple of, I'm sure, weary defensive coordinators trying to figure out how to stop these offenses here in the second half. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. From the 6, here comes a return. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The Broncos offense and running back R.J. Harvey heading back to the field. They'll start out first down and 10. Drive starts on the ground, and this is Harvey. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45. Great way to start the drive. A gain of 20 and a first down.
Well, that's how you get a drive started. A big play here in the run game, and you have to imagine this is something we're going to continue to see. Success early in the drive typically results in success later in the drive.
On first down, they'll stick with Harvey. He'll get in behind his blockers, get forward for a pickup of 3. Jalen Hawkins there on the tackle.
Nice job by the running back making the first guy miss, but it's the pursuit by the entire defense. Even though he doesn't get him down on his first try, the rest of his guys are all rallying to the ball, and they bring him down for a short gain.
Second down, Nix. That's caught right side. It's Franklin. And he'll be hauled down at about the 35-yard line. A gain there of 15. First down, Broncos.
These are the kind of plays that when you draw them up on the chalkboard, Mike, they all look great. But if you can't protect long enough, you're never going to get the receiver. I mean, think, he started on the left side of the formation in the slot, and he has to run all the way across the field to the right third. I mean, that takes a lot of time. Let's give a lot of credit to the big guys up front.
And he'll get nothing here. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all. From the 34-yard line, here's 2nd and 9. Working out of the gun, it's Nix. That one down the field, but they cannot connect, and it's incomplete.
It's been a bit of a pedestrian game for this quarterback and ultimately this passing game here today, Mike, and I know they all would have loved to connect on that deep throw. I think that stat sheet would have looked a whole lot different, but just a little off in their execution and leads to an incompletion.
Nix from the gun on 3rd down. No one open. He'll drop it to his running back. And they're going to be set up in the red zone. They've got it inside the 15. They get 22 yards there. Good for a Denver first down.
Bit of a risky decision there to throw the ball short of the sticks on 3rd down, but that's why it's so important that these guys can be active as runners after the catch. It's become a big part of NFL football, and a great example why here.
And he'll just get rid of this. Smart play to throw it away, and that'll set up 2nd down.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
Here's Harvey. And not much there. Good defense. Held to no gain.
And after that negative run, I think this changes the play call now on 3rd down. So this offensive line has to be a lot better on 1st and 2nd down to gain positive yards. Stay on track because you don't want to be in 3rd and pass too often in today's NFL.
He'll try and get there on the ground. Thought that one might have had a chance for a second there, but not to be. It's a pickup of 8, and it brings up 4th down.
Great reaction by the defense. At first, Mike, it looked like there was enough room out there for the quarterback to pick this one up himself, but they were able to rally to the ball, and I think the officials are going to mark him just short.
He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Broncos move out in front, 20-17.
Job number 1 on this drive. Find a way to get the lead. They, of course, would have loved to score a touchdown, Mike. But 3 points here, that's a pretty good consolation prize as it moves them out in front.
So following the field goal, Lutz is back out to kick it away. On the return, Travion Henderson. Across the 20, they'll mark him down before the 25-yard line. And that's where the offense will take over. The Patriots offense trotting back out for their first involvement of this second half. This one has been tight so far. A field goal separating the two sides as this drive kicks off with 1st and 10. Just get rid of this. Smart play to throw it away, and that'll set up 2nd down.
They just have to be more creative with their route concepts, Mike. I mean, there's nobody open, nowhere to go with the ball, and quarterback's just forced to throw that one away.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, here's May. And that one's incomplete, but a late flag comes in. Looked like he might have gotten there early. Line of scrimmage is the 31 as they line up 1st and 10. Out of the gun, it's Henderson. And a good run there. Going to get him 5 yards. So, from the 37, here's 2nd and 5. And in motion, it's Diggs. Quick throw there, and the RPO is broken up. And no time to get the separation there. And the incompletion is going to bring up 3rd down.
I got high standards for offensive players, but in this case, Mike, I think I'm giving all the credit to the defender. He timed that one up perfectly, and what could have been an easy play ends up as an incomplete.
Throwing on 3rd down is May. To the left side, he's got Henry. It's a pickup of 13 yards. 1st down, New England.
I know, I'm biased. But listen, you can't convince me, Mike, that there's a better option on the field, especially when you got a guy like this that on 3rd down or critical moments, that's where the ball needs to go. The size, the speed, the matchup problems that he creates. If I was in a critical situation, there is no doubt where I'm going with the ball.
Give him 10 more on that one. Just enough for another 1st down.
Well, as you can see there, with this guy's size, you're just not going to be able to bring him down with arm tackles. You're going to have to get a lot of bodies to the ball, square him up, and be physical. Because if not, he's going to run through light contact, and he still has the speed to pick up big yards.
And he's going to struggle to get back to the line, maybe a yard. Dre Greenlaw in on the tackle. Ball on the 39. Here's 2nd and 8. To throw now, May. Here's a screen taken in by Henderson. And they'll move this ball way down into the red zone, inside the 20-yard line. 22 yards, the pickup there. Good for a Patriots 1st down.
How often do we see, Mike, the running back, they get a little too antsy and they go a little too fast on these screen plays. In this case, great job by the back. First, he let his offensive lineman go out. He then follows behind. That's the key to a good screen play.
A gain of 4 as he's taken down.
And as of right now, they find themselves trailing at the moment, but it's certainly not because of the ground game. I mean, he's averaging over 4 yards per carry. Just hasn't been enough to overcome some of their shortcomings elsewhere.
Again, it's Henderson.
So they're not going to get the yardage to reflect it, but I actually thought that was a pretty nice job by the running back, at least getting back to the original line of scrimmage. This offensive line, they've got to do a better job getting him through untouched. His yards before contact got to be better.
We'll try to keep the drive rolling, facing 3rd and 6. That's hauled in at the 2, and he'll take it on in. Kayshon Boutte, touchdown New England.
Mike, we used to have a saying that it was the responsibility of the receiver to run the route through the eyes of the quarterback. And I think this is a great example here. Two guys clearly on the same page. Quarterback expected his target to be in a certain place at a certain time. He's there, ball's delivered accurately. He's able to pick up the rest with his legs, and that's a big-time connection for the touchdown.
The extra point now for Borregales. He's got it. And the Pats have taken a 4-point advantage. So following the touchdown, Borregales is back to send this one away. On the return, here's Mims. And he'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. The Broncos offense and running back R.J. Harvey heading back to the field. They trail by 4. A touchdown gives them the lead. Drive begins with 1st and 10. From the gun, that is a run with Harvey. He'll be brought down up past the 35-yard line. They get 11 and quickly pick up a 1st down.
The ability to be effective on 1st down, Mike, it just makes everything else easier. In the event you do have to face a 3rd down the road, they're usually a lot more manageable situations, a lot easier to convert.
Nix now to throw it here on 1st down. And he can't hang on through the contact. Incomplete. Good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. It'll bring up 2nd down.
And they got the look they were hoping for, one-on-one on the outside. He's just unable to hold on to it through contact, and I think that was a big opportunity missed.
On 2nd down, it's Nix. That one just too far out in front, and it's incomplete. He was looking for Marvin Mims there. 3rd down coming up.
I think the biggest issue and why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the ups and downs of this passing game. At sometimes, he's highly accurate and efficient, but at others, he just misses too many easy throws. Question is, are they going to be able to overcome this quarterback inconsistency and pull this game out?
This one just too far for the receiver, out in front of him. That one falls incomplete.
It's just so hard to be a good offense in the NFL, Mike, when you are not good on 3rd down. Your inability to extend drives, it either puts a lot of pressure on your coaches to be aggressive on 4th down or simply punt or take a field goal. You have to maintain possession and give you more cracks to score touchdowns.
Crazy. That's a nice job of making things more manageable for this offense as he takes it back beyond the 25-yard line. The Patriots offense and Drake May making their way back out, and he's had it going in the 1st half. Really had his way with the secondary. They have been powerless to stop him. Now they're trying to keep it going. Here's a designed run. He takes off. And some good running there. He'll fall forward for about 7.
And these are body blows on any defense. This quarterback has the ability to make guys miss and do a lot of damage in the run game. And that's a nice pickup there.
From the 35, here's 2nd and 3. Working out of the gun, it's May. Throw here down the field. Will fall. Incomplete. He was looking for Stephon Diggs there. And 3rd down coming up.
Initially, a nice job by the receiver. He actually was open downfield. He was able to get behind the defense, but the window closed up so quickly they couldn't get the ball to him. Prevents the big play.
3rd and short. And here is May. And the Patriots ready to kick it away. As this drive went backwards, he's on to kick it away. And it'll be brought down. Short return. And they'll take over there. The Broncos offense and running back R.J. Harvey heading back to the field. And as you take a look at the numbers, you have to imagine he was the topic of conversation in that locker room at halftime. They got to find a way to slow him down. Nothing they've done has worked so far. From the 39, here's a 1st and 10. Straight ahead goes Harvey. And let's give him about 4 on that one. Robert Spillane spills him there.
At this point, we're going to need 2 hands to count for how many yards he's averaged in this one, Mike. But unfortunately, it just hasn't been enough to overcome the deficit here at this stage of the game.
From the 43, here's 2nd and 6. To throw is Nix. That's caught left side by Ingram. And that's a 1st down. It will be a gain of 8.
I can't tell you, Mike, how many of these offensive skill players around the league, they look at man coverage as like a personal offense. After that last completion on the way back to the huddle, I think he had a few choice words for him. I think he said, hey, man, you can't guard me one-on-one. You better ask your coach for some help, because if he doesn't, you're going to be in for a long day.
And that is incomplete, but now a penalty flag comes in late. He might have been caught with his hands in the cookie jar. First and 10. Handoff now for Harvey. And he is stopped in his tracks. Loss of a couple on the play.
This play here, Mike, is just all about the get-off of the defensive line. Watch how fast they go when that ball is snapped. Nowhere for this running back except to go down for a loss.
After the loss of 3, it is 2nd and 13. RPO quick throw. There's Sutton. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up 3rd down. So we are through 3. Back with more after the break. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. Big play coming up. This is 3rd down. From the shotgun, here's Nix. And that is incomplete.
I'd say one of the most critical elements of a dynamic offense, Mike, is how efficient are you on third down. It's something these teams stress all week. Here's an opportunity to continue to extend this drive. The defense wins this time and brings up fourth down.
And this one is off the mark. It is no good. And the deficit will stay right where it is.
You know, the hardest part about these missed kicks, Mike, is for all the guys that work so hard to put the ball in position to come away with points. You kind of trot off the field. You're hoping that next possession has a different result.
The Patriots offense ready to take over once again. The lead sits at 4, so they'll try to add on to that. This drive begins with 1st and 10. Off the play fake, it's May. That's caught downfield by Diggs. And he's out of bounds down inside the 35. He's got a touchdown on the books from earlier, and that catch gets him a 1st down.
They don't waste any time capitalizing on their opponent's mistake, so they miss the field goal, you take the ball back. There's a lot of energy on the sideline. That's a big win for your defense. So what do you got to do? You got to go out there as an offense and get off to a fast start, and it's exactly what they're able to do on that 1st down play. He's done a really nice job making the most of his touches. They've made it a priority. Let's use this ground game to try to wear down the defense, and right now it's one of the main reasons why they have the lead.
It's the tight end Henry in motion. On 2nd down, it's May. He'll get this out to Henderson. And a good job rallying to the football, holding just a gain of a yard and sets up 3rd down.
Defensive coordinators preach all the time, play pass defense with vision. It's exactly the case here. They're able to rally to the ball, keep that to a short gain.
This crowd into it now as we get to 3rd down. To throw is May. Diggs on the reception. And he is very close to the 1st down, but an eyeball, he is shy of it. And they say it's 4th and inches.
And it seems like he just cut that route a little too short. He's got to get more depth on the initial stem, and that way he makes sure when he catches the ball, it's beyond the sticks.
They're going. It's May. There's that man again. Another catch.
Really nice job here by the quarterback, understanding what did he need to pick up a fresh set of downs. In this case, that underneath drag route was all it took. Get the ball into the hands of your receiver, pick up a 1st down.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. It's the tight end Henry in motion. On the ground, here is Henderson. And he's going to be brought down just outside the 10-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 10. 1st down, New England.
4th quarter, you find yourself protecting a 1-possession lead. It's a fine line, Mike, between do I keep the ball on the ground, continue to work the clock, or stay aggressive, try to extend this lead to a multiple possession game. That's the balance this play caller is dealing with right now.
So a lot of options on the table now. It's 1st and 5. Throwing is May. That one, oh, it's on target, but it goes as an incompletion. Looked like he had that one in his grasp, but unable to hold on, and it will be 2nd down.
So you're a couple inches away from, instead of celebrating a touchdown with your boys on the sideline, you're trotting back to the huddle with your tail between your legs. And that's the fine line between success and failure in the NFL. And the reality is, he knows it, the sideline knows it, the huddle knows it. At this level, you've got to make that play.
And it'll be a short pickup. That's not enough for the first down.
These are the worst. I had a couple years, Mike, where I swear I got tackled inside the 1-yard line 10 times. And then you look back and you're like, man, how many touchdowns did I leave on the board because I couldn't get one more yard? Now, for him individually.
Oh, and the rookie puts it on the deck. It's a fumble. Boy, that one hurts, Greg. They had a really nice drive going and moved it halfway down the field, but then fumbled down here in the red zone, and the defense comes up with a turnover.
Anytime you put together a drive of this length, Mike, you just want to come away with points. Of course, a touchdown is the main goal, but in this case, to turn the ball over this deep in the red zone is just a brutal turn of events for this offense.
Back onto the field comes the Denver offense. They'll start from their own 4. Not a lot of room for error back here. It's 1st and 10. This is Harvey. And he's able to push through the tacklers to pick up 6. They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. Try the right side this time, and he'll be near the 1st down marker. It's called a gain of 3, but a short yardage situation coming up on 3rd down. They'll try to sneak it here. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it.
When done correctly, Mike, this is just such a high percentage call. It's kind of hard to choose another play off your call sheet. It's impossible to defend. You can know it's coming, stack the box, whatever you want to do. But most of the time, they'll just drive forward and pick up the 1st down.
Looking down the field there, but it falls incomplete.
Can't exactly put my finger on it, but it just seems like this entire game, Mike, this passing game and this quarterback specifically, they've just been off. And whether it's missing these big shots downfield like he did there or just simple underneath layups, there's just something about him today that doesn't look right. And I think it's a big part of the reason they find themselves trailing here in the 4th quarter.
And they'll get about 8 out of that one, but still a little work to do now on 3rd down.
The drag route. We used to say this is day 1 install. Every single offense in the NFL has this sort of route, especially for the tight end position. And depending on the speed and the run after catch ability of the tight end, sometimes it can lead to some of the biggest gains.
Now this is going to be a design run. They let him keep it. This will not do the trick. They've stopped him behind the line. 4th down coming up.
Man, that's your biggest fear as a runner on a draw play. You get the handoff, and you're just greeted with a sight of defenders barreling towards you. At this point, you have no choice but to just go down.
And the Broncos bring out their punter. They'll kick it away. They'll be forced to punt, trailing here in the 4th quarter. Fair catch is called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. So now the New England offense getting ready for their next possession. They'll do so with 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Henderson to start this drive. Not much there, maybe a yard.
He does a nice job coming from his safety position, filling his run gap assignment, and Keeps this to a modest gain at best.
Here's 2nd and 9. Operating from the shotgun, it's May. That's to the left side and taken in by Diggs.
Defense does a nice job here initially using zone coverage to take away the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. Quarterback gets off his first read, sees some openings to the sideline, and him and his receiver are able to connect.
From the gun, on 3rd down, it's May. That one too far out in front. It is incomplete.
When you get the ball in this situation, what you're looking to do is not only end the drive with a touchdown to put the game away, but you'd love to chew up some clock. So with that incomplete pass now likely putting an end to this series, that's a big opportunity for them to try to close this game out.
And he looks up, he's taken down right away. Maybe fortunate just to hold on to the ball as he was tackled immediately after hauling that one in. The Broncos offense and running back R.J. Harvey heading back to the field. And he has put in a full game's work and then some. Just an incredible performance on the ground to this point in the 4th quarter. They'll begin here on the ground. Not much happening there, just a short game. It is 2nd and 9. Throwing, Nix. This one not quite on target. Got him too much, and that one falls incomplete.
And when you look down the field, Mike, there's just really nobody creating any real separation. And instead, he tries to give one of his guys a 50-50 contested catch opportunity. But with the coverage as tight as it was, it just falls incomplete.
Working out of the gun, it's Nix. Open man, right side, he's got it. A 19-yard pickup there. 1st down, Broncos.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple. Second down, 8 yards to go. Throwing is Nix. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete.
Well defended there. The quarterback's trying to attack this defense outside the numbers. Those really wide angle throws near the sideline sometimes can be very hard to defend, so give a lot of credit to this secondary. They were all on the same page, and the ball falls incomplete.
They send Sutton in motion. Nix from the gun on 3rd down. And he's going to get awfully close to the 1st down marker, but appears just to be a few inches short.
The initial reaction is, how does this quarterback not throw the ball past the 1st down line to gain to try to extend this drive? And the reality is, because they've already decided they're going to go for it on 4th down.
And here we go, 4th and inches. Man in motion, heading right. Here it is on 4th down. And he's not going to get there. Couple of yards short. And this is going to be a turnover on downs.
And a great job here by the defense, being strong up inside, forcing the ball carrier to have to bounce this out towards the sideline, and he can't get the corner, and they come up with a huge fourth down stop.
The Patriots offense getting their final instructions before heading back onto the field. They'll have a short field, looking to build on the lead. They'll work the middle this time with Stevenson. And now the defense is going to take their first time out. Remember, they get an extra one built in with the 2-minute warning coming up momentarily. Ball on the 40 now. Here's 2nd down and 4. On the give, it's Henderson. And he'll be taken down as the clock ticks towards 2 minutes to play. Now a timeout, Denver. That's their second. They'll talk things over before 3rd down. They'll go with the sneak, and he will have a Patriots first down. At least it appears that way. Didn't get it by much, but yes, they do get the conversion on 3rd and 1. Here comes the jet sweep. And he'll be taken down as the clock ticks towards 2 minutes to play. So 2 minutes left to play in the second half. Greg and I back on EA Sports after this. 2nd down and 8. On the handoff, Henderson. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line. 17 yards, the gain there. Good for a Patriots first down.
This is the moment in the game, Mike, where it really matters to have a run game. You find yourself winning here late. You want to try to run the clock out and finish with the ball. And boy, do they ever. Give credit to this offensive line and running back. They came through when their team needed him the most.
Victory very much in sight now as they'll take a knee. Second and 11. So it's a road win here for the Patriots. They're able to get the job done in front of a hostile crowd as they come away with the victory. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olson and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. With that, we say so long, everyone. Mike Tirico and Greg Olson, glad you're with us. Out is the rookie from Greg's alma mater. That's Andres Borregales to get us started. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. So the Broncos come out, and Greg, they are led by their QB of the future. Found their guy with the 6th quarterback selection in the 2024 draft. Second season now for Bo Nix.
I always like studying quarterbacks in year 2. I think rookie year, there can either be a lot of growth, right? There's the biggest ability to take that jump, but there's also some struggles you have to work through. In year 2, a full offseason, really understanding the playbook. Things have kind of slowed down for you. I feel like year 2 is a really good indicator of what long-term success looks like for any young quarterback.
Ball on the 28-yard line. Here's 2nd down and 6. Now Nick's going to look to throw. That is brought in downfield by Sutton. That one good for 26 yards.
Really nice throw there. The ability to throw the ball out on the perimeter. Yes, arm strength and all of that, but it's also timing. The timing of the route. When is that wide receiver coming out of his break to deliver that ball accurately as his head comes around? If the ball's thrown too early, the receiver's not ready. If the ball's thrown too late, that's when disaster strikes. Just a little slow developing on that screenplay there. It was pretty obvious to the entire defense exactly what was going on. Nobody was thinking pass. Nobody was getting back into their drops, and just nowhere for that back to go.
They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. Slot man in motion right. Using the jet sweep for the fake, they run it up the middle. And a nice run. He's got a 1st down tackle made right at the 35-yard line.
So, Mike, you know by now my philosophy on 3rd down. If it was up to me, I don't even want to be in 3rd down. I want to get all of my conversions on 1st and 2nd down and be able to stay in those neutral down situations. So it's exactly what they do here. They lean on the ground game and pick up a fresh set of downs.
That one down the field, but it is incomplete.
I like the aggressiveness. Early in the game, right out of the gate, make the defense realize we are going to challenge you downfield. And what that does is it opens everything else up. Now, you got to hit a couple of these, and don't be surprised if they go back to a deep shot here pretty quickly.
On 2nd down, Harvey. And he will not be able to get free, picking up only a yard. Now, it's 3rd down. They send Sutton in motion. Back to throw is Nix. That's caught right side. It's Franklin. 11 yards for number 11. And a 1st down.
And this is what can happen when you're so worried about protecting the sticks, Mike. You force them to throw the ball underneath, but then you've got to be able to rally the ball and tackle. But they weren't able to do it before he gets the line to gain, and he ends up picking up the 1st down anyway.
And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
Well, let's give some credit to the big boys up front in the trenches. They knew that blitz was coming. They held up just long enough that the quarterback could get that ball out safely and results in a completion.
Here's a 2nd and 6. They'll throw. It's Nix. That one out of the reach of the receiver's outstretched arms. It is incomplete.
They let a golden opportunity slip away on that one. That's the matchup that they wanted. They just couldn't quite capitalize on it.
Play 10 of this opening drive. And here's 3rd down. Here's Nix to throw. That one incomplete. Coverage outstanding there. Able to jar the ball free in a big spot. And now it is 4th down.
And this passing game continues to come up short these last couple plays. That's 2 consecutive incompletions in a row. Now they're staring 4th down right in the face.
Lutz's kick is good. And the Broncos are out to an early 3-0 lead.
You know, they did a lot of good things on this opening drive, Mike. I know they stalled out once they got down there into the red zone. They're going to need to work on finishing some of these drives as this game moves along. But that's a good 3 points to start this game.
Three points on that opening drive. We'll see the response as the kick's away. Here comes a return from the 3. And he's down at the 23, and that's where the offense will take over. So here come the Patriots, and Greg, they are led by their second-year quarterback, the number 3 overall pick in 2024 out of North Carolina. It's Drake May.
And we all know how talented this guy is, Mike, right? From the physical sense, that's obvious. But what really separates him, and it really came through when we had a chance to talk to him this week, is really his ability to operate from the neck up. His processing speed, his decision-making. It seems like he's always one step ahead of the defense, and when he's on, he's proven to be really hard to beat.
And he'll be forced out of bounds and pick up a couple on that one. From the 25, here's 2nd and 8. Out of the gun, here's May. That's complete to Stephon Diggs. And they bring him down, but not until he gets the 45-yard line. It's a gain of 19 in the air. First down, New England.
This is clinic tape for any young wide receiver out there watching this guy run routes. He has the defender thinking everything is a go ball. Attack him vertically, and then when you get to your route depth, you stick that foot in the ground, you break in, balls on time, results in a nice first down pickup.
And they'll get this one down to the 35-yard line. A gain there of 21. Good for a Patriots first down.
This is a really nice job of just finding a hole in coverage, Mike. And I used to say, hey, when you're open, stay open. That's the art of route running versus zone coverage. And it's a friendly target for the quarterback in space, and they're able to convert it.
And they're in business now. He is out of bounds inside the 10. It'll be 1st and goal. That's a gain of 28.
Really nice job getting this ball out to the edge, and then once he's able to get clear of the D-line, get vertical and accelerate down the sideline. That's a great run. He's forced out of bounds, but not before setting up 1st and goal.
And he's in. Hunter Henry. Touchdown, Patriots. Now Andres Borregales for the extra point. He's got it, and the Patriots move out to a 7-3 lead. So following the touchdown, Borregales is back to send this one away. This taken in at the 8-yard line. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. The Broncos offense going to take over now for the 2nd time. They'll begin with 1st and 10. They'll begin on the ground with Harvey. And good hard running there. He'll push his way forward. Gain of about 5. From the 29, here's 2nd and 5. Off the play fake, here's Nix. His fullback releasing, and he's going to bring it in. And they'll pick up the first down, a gain of about 4.
So I don't think his fullback was his primary option on that play, but a really nice job by the quarterback working quickly through his progression, getting the ball down to his big fullback, and he's able to pick up a nice gain.
Zone read, a give to Harvey. And a missed tackle there. He pushes forward. It'll give him 4 yards. From the 38 now, here's 2nd and 6. To throw is Nix. To the right side, he's got Ingram, the tight end. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up 3rd down. They'll look to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. That is a letdown there. Pass looked to be on target. No catch. And now 4th down.
So prior to that 3rd down call, Mike, I thought they put themselves in a pretty good situation. At that down and distance, they had run and pass, both at their disposal. But nice job by the defense being up to the task. Force the incomplete. Brings up 4th down.
And he didn't get the check he was hoping for on that one. That goes into the end zone, and it's a touchback. The Patriots offense ready for their 2nd possession. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. On play action, here's May. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
A little indecisive there, Mike. I thought he could have pulled the trigger a tad sooner. Instead, he just holds onto the ball a little too long. The windows close up and ultimately has no choice but to just simply throw the ball away.
We'll try again here, 2nd and 10. Working out of the gun, it's May. He'll get about 6 before he's taken down. It's 3rd and 4. Here's May. And that is incomplete. Contact, but no flags. It's going to be 4th down.
And that's exactly how you teach it. They want these defenders to time the hit, that right when the ball gets there, you separate the receiver from the ball. And those are the ones on offense, man. You just have to make that catch, Mike. I know it's easier said than done, but you know the hit's coming. You've got to squeeze that thing, brace for impact, and make that play for your offense.
And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. The Broncos offense ready to get back at it. Drive starts on the ground, and this is Harvey. Good physical run it'll wind up as a gain of 5.
You know, I think every running back's dream is that he's going to run through a wide open hole and have breakaway touchdowns, but that's not necessarily the case very often in the NFL. So the backs that are the best are the ones that can get more yardage than maybe what's blocked for. And I think this is a nice physical game here that they can continue to build off of as the game unfolds. Really nice job there by the defense defending the middle of the field. That is the most valuable real estate on the field. They know every single offense is trying to attack the defense between the hashes. So give credit. They took away all the throwing lanes, and that ball falls incomplete.
From the shotgun, here's Nix. And that is incomplete.
And barring an aggressive decision here on 4th down, it just seemed like a really wasted possession to go 3 and out, not able to pick up a single 1st down. Not only do you not able to gain any field position advantage, it really takes a lot of the wind out of your sails as you find yourself jogging off the field and the punt team coming on.
On the return is Jones. And he's going to be brought down after a short return. And that's where his team will get possession of the football. The Patriots offense back onto the field for their next possession. They'll begin it on the ground with Henderson. And they'll mark him down just shy of the 40. They get 13 to begin the drive. It's a 1st down.
Well, really nice start here to the drive. Early down success. Every offensive coordinator is trying to find ways. How do we pick up 1st downs without having to get to 3rd down? We see it here. Big explosive rush. Now the rest of the drive unfolds.
And he's going to be taken down right at midfield. Pickup of 11 yards on that one. 1st down, New England.
Every quarterback's dream is, can I get the ball out of my hand as fast as possible and get it to a guy that can do the rest after the catch? And it seems like nowadays, throughout the entire league, the best offenses thrive in yards after the catch.
And he'll be out of bounds. A pickup, though, of 6.
Certainly not the biggest play of the day, but a good example of picking up positive yardage, staying ahead of the chains by a well-timed ball and a well-timed route.
From the 44-yard line, here's 2nd and 4. Handoff, and it's Henderson. This defense all over this one. They get him down behind the line. It's a loss of a couple.
He sniffed that one out from the jump. I mean, once he diagnosed and knew where the ball was going, he got there in a hurry, and he put an end to that play really before it ever got started.
3rd and 7. Now, May. And this is caught on the sideline. Going to have the 1st down. Oh, wait a minute. Maybe not. They say the feet were out of bounds. Wow. Big, tight call there. For the moment, it'll be 4th down.
I think that's one he's going to look at on film tomorrow and want back. I mean, there wasn't enough space there to get the 1st down. I know the ball takes him a little bit out of bounds, but he's got to get your 1st foot down, drag the 2nd. That's how they teach it, and just can't quite get it done.
And in motion is Ingram. A 1st down throw for Nix. That's going to be caught. It's Marvin Mims. And he's out of bounds up beyond the 40-yard line. 16 yards on the game. And a quick 1st down.
Anytime you're facing a zone defense, you're working from your first progression all the way through. But when guys are open in this level, Mike, they don't stay open very long. So what they taught us as receivers, if you're open, stay open. And if you're not open, you better get open quick because that ball is coming out.
The Broncos in possession of the football to begin the second quarter as they've got it with 1st and 10. He'll drop to throw. Now they'll set up the screen for Harvey. He's close to a first down. It's a gain of 9. Nice pitch and catch on first down.
You see so many teams wait till 3rd down to execute their screen game, but I like in this case the play caller changes things up. He uses the screen game on 1st down, which will have an effect on this pass rush going forward. How aggressive do they want to get after the quarterback? Because they got that screen play still in the back of their head.
Straight ahead goes Harvey. And he will keep the drive moving. Gets the first down. Nice gain of 5.
2nd down at these distances, Mike, you pretty much anticipate a pass, and I think that's what the defense was lined up thinking. In this case, they leave a little too much room on the ground, and the offense is able to pick up a first down.
On first down, they'll stick with Harvey. Ooh, well, now you see him, now you don't. Good juke move there, and a gain of 6.
This just shows why you can't count on just one guy to take him down. He's a powerful enough runner. You gotta have guys coming in support when that first hit is made. It takes a team effort to stop him, especially once he gets going.
Again, it's Harvey. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
Well, this play, Mike, was clearly about the job of this defensive line. Great job holding their ground, forcing these blockers to be stood up. Nowhere to go for this running back, and they hold him to no gain.
Here's a 3rd down and 4. Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. He finds Mims. It's complete. And the defense can't come up with a stop there. Gain of 7 and a first down.
This has been a really impressive drive, Mike, really from the start. And this is something defenses want to force offenses to do. Methodically work their way down the field, but they've been highly efficient, and now they get another first down.
And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. Here's a 2nd and 9. A run once more. That's Harvey. Whoa. And he's fighting to get free. A lot of work there for a gain of 3. Third and 6. And in motion is Ingram. On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. And that is incomplete.
I think as the offense comes to the sideline now, the quarterback and his wide receivers need to get together and say, hey, guys, what are you seeing out there? How can we find some open targets? Because on that last down, there was nowhere to go with the ball.
On now, it's Will Lutz to try the field goal. And this will be from 42 yards out. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Broncos are back within 1. It's 7-6.
And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
So following the field goal, Lutz is back out to kick it away. On the return, Travion Henderson. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The Patriots offense and their running back, Travion Henderson, making their way back out there. Their lead is just a point as they begin it on this drive with 1st and 10. off the play fake. It's May. That'll be caught. It's Travion Henderson. And he'll only manage a couple of yards before he's out of bounds. From the 31, here is 2nd down and 7. Operating from the shotgun, it's May. He's found his receiver, Butte. And they'll work this close to a 1st down, maybe just a tad short. Here's 3rd down and a few inches. It's the quarterback with the sneak. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one.
Well, here's where you really see the value of having a good run. 3rd and short, 4th and short. The ability to just keep it simple, win up front, turn around, hand the ball to your back, and to say, okay, more likely than not, we're going to get a fresh set of downs, maintain possession, and now continue to find opportunities to go generate points.
Very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete.
They do a really nice job defensively in there, Mike, of not giving him a clear running lane once he broke the pocket. So now he's trying to test his luck, extend this play as a passer, but to no avail.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. A run, and this is Henderson. He makes one man miss, but stopped quickly as they hold him to a gain of 1. Third, they need 8. To throw now, May. This one just too far for the receiver, out in front of him. That one falls incomplete.
When you air it out like that on these big shots downfield, they're not always high percentage plays. It takes a lot of things to line up timing-wise, location of the field, accuracy of the throw to result in those big plays. But I think they've got to continue to search for those and try to generate a little bit of a spark.
Now fair catch is made, and it's just inside the 15-yard line. The Broncos offense ready to see what they can do. They'll begin inside their own 15-yard line, so a lot of real estate to cover. It's 1st and 10. Here's Harvey. Tough to bring down, and somehow he manages to get 4 yards out of that. They'll come up here on 2nd down and 5. Toss left side, that's Harvey. And he'll get nothing here. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all.
And they've really done a nice job defensively holding them in check. I mean, ideally, you'd want your back to average around 4 yards a pop, but they're falling short of that threshold as of now, and partially it's why they find themselves trailing at this stage in the game.
Man in motion is Ingram. Nix from the gun on 3rd down. And that is incomplete.
The offense just couldn't seem to get anything going that drive. They knew they had a long way to go taking over possession that deep in their own territory. You want to pick up that 1st down and see if you can capitalize some momentum. Instead, the errant throw brings up 4th down, and they're going to have to punt it away.
This fielded inside the 35. And it'll be a good return. He's able to get it up past the 40-yard line. So now the New England offense getting ready for their next possession. They'll have very good starting field position as they set up past the 40. On the ground, it's Henderson to start this drive. And not much there. Good defense. Held to no gain.
We got to see a little taste of just the range this defense can play with. How well they can flow outside as this play gets stretched out. No problem for them not only to track the runner down, but stop him before he gets back to the line.
On second down, it's May. That's into the hands of Diggs. And he'll be marked down at the 45-yard line. That's his third catch of this first half, and good enough for a first down.
Well, there's not a lot to this route. Man coverage, and you got a drag route. Give him a little something off the line, and go. Win with speed. Good, accurate ball on the front shoulder pad allows him to pick up the rest after the catch and leads to a big gain.
That one pinballs around, but it is incomplete.
And that's another brutal drop for an offense that has struggled to catch the ball up to this point. And yes, you can nitpick about ball placement and whatnot, but listen, the reality is at this level, if it hits your hands, you have to find a way to come down with it.
It's the tight end Henry in motion. Throwing on second down. May. He'll get this out to Henderson. And he gets him 6 yards closer before going out of bounds. And it's third down coming up.
There's a lot of ways to get the ball in the hands of your running backs, and it's not always by just handing it to them. In this case, it's a simple check down, picks up a good gain, brings up third down.
Third down and 3. It's the tight end Henry in motion. Third and short. And here is May. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a fourth down.
But here we find the best laid plans sometimes do go astray. Every offense, Mike, what do they tell us? We want to stay ahead of the chains. We want to stay on schedule. This was a third and very reasonable. Incomplete on that third down try. Now brings up fourth and short.
That's going to hit and continue out of bounds just inside the 20-yard line. Back onto the field comes the Denver offense. Draw play here for Harvey. He is met and dropped. A couple of yards behind the line of scrimmage, too.
I can promise you that is not how they wanted to start this drive, Mike. I mean, to get blown up at the point of attack, there was just nowhere for the back to go on that run.
Last play went the wrong way. It sets up second and long. It's second down and 12. Handoff now for Harvey. And he'll be very close to a first down. Won't quite have enough, but now a much more advantageous spot.
And we're starting to see the fruits of their labor paying off here. I mean, they've used this run game to throw a bunch of body blows throughout the entire contest. And while some of the carries didn't result in much at the time, it's clear they're starting to take its toll on this defense.
And he will have a Broncos first down. At least it appears that way. Didn't get it by much, but yes, they do get the conversion on 3rd and 1. Two minutes to play in a tight one-point game in this first half. Greg and I return to Denver after this. So, 1st and 10 now from the 30. He'll turn and hand this one off. And despite his best efforts to get away, ultimately, he goes down behind the line.
And this is a great example of why it's so important on defense to sprint to the ball. His ability to make people miss is hard for one guy to get him on the ground. But when you can get everybody to the ball, eventually you can take them down. And in this case, they do it for a loss.
And he'll just bite the bullet and throw this one away. That was a good idea. He didn't force anything there. But now it's going to bring up 3rd down.
Here's the quarterback doing everything in his power to extend this play, and none of his guys could get open. You got to see someone separate, work with your quarterback, go into scramble second reaction mode, and let's also give some credit to the back end doing a nice job plastering with their assignment, and he had no choice but to throw it away.
And he'll be out of bounds, well short of the line to gain, and that'll set up fourth down.
I think this is one of those plays that when the ball carrier watches this back in the film room tomorrow, he's going to be a little frustrated with himself. If he could just have made that one guy miss, he picks up the first down. Instead, he gets brought down short of the sticks, and now they got a fourth down decision to make.
A fair catch taken here, and it's going to come right at the 15-yard line. The Patriots offense ready to come back out for this next possession. And in motion, it's Diggs. To throw on first down is May. Throwing off his back foot, and it's taken in. Second down, they need 7. And this time, they'll just keep it on the ground. And this defense up to the task there. Gain of just 2, and it's third down. One final throw before the break, and that is incomplete. One final chance does not work out. Time has expired. The first half has come to an end.
All right, Mike, thanks very much. Scott Hanson, good to be with you from the Orlando EA Sports Studios with an abridged halftime report. This one shaping up to be a tight one, as evidenced by the scoreboard. Both these teams playing it close to the vest in the first half. What will happen in the second half? Let's find out as we send it back to the stadium and our commentary team, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
Scott, thank you. Both teams trying to find the right formula and come out on top in this tight one as we hit the second half. Pretty interesting first half. We'll see if any strategy changes for the next 30 minutes or more as this second half gets underway. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The Patriots offense looking to get back to work as we begin this third quarter. It's the tight end, Henry, in motion. They'll run. It's Henderson. A modest gain. Maybe 2 yards. It's second down. Throwing is May. Here's a screen taken in by Henderson. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up third down. Out of the gun, here's May. He'll look deep here for Diggs. And that one's incomplete. They really ratcheted up the coverage there. And they force fourth down.
He's usually such a reliable target in the passing game, Mike. We just don't see him struggle to come down with catches like that all too often. And when you're one of the go-to guys on your team, I know the hit's coming, but guess what? It feels a lot better after you take that hit after a catch than it does after a drop.
And that's a nice job of getting to him, making sure that return was not going anywhere. The Broncos offense getting ready for their opening possession of this second half. The deficit is 1 as they'll search now for that go-ahead score. Man in motion is Ingram. Play action now. It's Nix. They go sideline, and he stays in bounds. Got the feet down in time. It's a first down. An ideal beginning to this drive. 24 on the first play.
We spent so much time talking about arm strength, and while that certainly has a place in the conversation, look at the touch of this ball, Mike. It's a deep corner route. This ball needs to have the right pace, the right trajectory to not only get it over the second-level defenders, but get that ball down into the hands of his target. He makes it look a lot easier than it actually is.
Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's 2nd and 4. They'll stick with him again. And he'll take this one forward for about 3, and that's a first down.
And the offensive line does a really nice job winning this play at the point of attack. And once he got the ball, all he had to really do was just find a crease and hit it, and he's able to pick up the first down.
They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Now they'll pitch it out here. And he'll get 2 on this one before being taken down. Second and 7. Working out of the gun, it's Nix. He'll get about 6 before he's taken down. It's going to be 3rd. They need 1. They'll let the fullback try to push the puck. Fighting for the marker, he loses the football.
You know, it's amazing, Mike, that guys still end up fumbling the ball because I can tell you from experience, the first 15 minutes of every offensive practice is ball security circuit, and that could be a combination of multiple things. How to go to the ground without getting loose to the ball, almost like the art of falling. It could be running over bags or through bags as guys take swats at the ball trying to knock it out. There are so many ways to simulate what the game is like because at the end of the day, if you want to win in the NFL, protecting the ball is the #1 priority, and it cannot be stressed enough.
From the 39, here's a 1st and 10. On the ground, here is Henderson. And he's down on the other side of midfield. Mark him at the 48-yard line. 13 yards to start that drive. And a quick first down.
This is where you have to be careful, Mike. You find yourself winning in the second half. Human instinct says, all right, let's just sit on the ball and protect the lead and let the clock run out. You can't do that. Stay aggressive. Do what got you here. Continue to mix the run with the pass. Keep your foot on the gas and try to extend this lead.
And a good show of force there. He gets 4 tough yards out of that run. It is 2nd and 6. It's the tight end Henry in motion. May to throw on second down. He's going to be taken down at about the 30. He's got a touchdown on the books from earlier, and that catch gets him a first down.
These hitch routes, they're usually just designed to pick up a few safe yards. An easy completion, get some rhythm for your quarterback. However, this time, he's able to make a little magic happen after the catch and turn it into something much bigger than even they were probably anticipating.
We'll try the zone read on 1st and 10. He'll take this forward for about 5.
The quarterback could have handed it. He could have kept it himself. I don't really think either option would have turned out much different. Great job by the defense having a plan for the running back and a plan for the quarterback, and they're able to force that carry for no gain.
So, from the 25, it's 2nd and 5. They'll try the left side with Henderson. Oh, no dice there. He is met and tackled behind the line of scrimmage.
This is what every defense in the league is shooting for, Mike. Negative plays. That's how you kill drives. Force teams to play from behind the sticks. Great job here, taking them down for a loss.
Have to get this to the 20. Here's 3rd down. Working out of the gun. It's May. And this is going to be incomplete. That is a letdown there. Pass looked to be on target. No catch. And now 4th down.
It just seems like the offense gets in their own way, and whether it's a penalty or a drop or whatever the case may be, it's these self-inflicted wounds. They've got to stop if this unit ever wants to reach their full potential.
The kick is perfect, right down the middle. And the Patriots extend their lead to 10-6.
So anytime an offense comes off the field after settling for 3, you always have to take the good with the bad. In order to get down there in field goal range, you had to do something positive to move the ball. But at the same time, how are we going to be able to finish these drives and convert for 6 the next time we get down there?
A safe kick taken at the 5. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Broncos offense getting those helmets back on, ready to head out for their next possession. They'll begin here on the ground. Not much to speak of on that one. Maybe a gain of a yard. It's 2nd down. From the shotgun, here's Nix. That one down the field, but they cannot connect, and it's incomplete.
Pretty unforgettable performance so far in the first half, Mike, and they're going to try to figure this out here in the second half and try to gain some momentum, figure out what's going to work, where are our matchups, and let's go try to put a drive together and get some points, because so far this has been a struggle, and they just cannot get anything going through the air.
He'll try and get there on the ground. And he's going to be taken down on the other side of the 50-yard line. They get 24 on that one. Good for a Denver first down.
The defensive line has to do a better job of contain rushing, especially on 3rd down, Mike. You can't rush one-on-one. You have to rush as a unit. Keep the quarterback in the pocket, and when you let him get loose, this is what's going to happen.
And he'll get about 8 on that one. Most of it coming after the catch. It's 2nd down. Back to throw is Nix. The catch made there by Sutton. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line. A gain there of 11. First down, Broncos. Man in motion is Ingram. On first down, here's Nix to throw. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
Just take what the defense is giving you. When you can stay ahead of the chains and just take these easy pitch and catch throws underneath, hitch routes, quick game, now it puts you in a lot more favorable down and distances to eventually attack this defense a little bit more downfield.
Now a give up the middle, and that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Here's a 3rd down and 4. Here's Nix to throw. And that is incomplete. Contact occurred just as the ball was arriving. There are no flags. It's 4th down.
Sometimes it's those footsteps. I don't care how long you've been playing or at what level you've been playing at. When that defender's bearing down, you really get a good idea of what guys are willing to go through contact to secure a catch, and in this case, what guys are unwilling.
3 for 3 in the game, as this one is also good. And the Broncos cut the deficit down to 1.
So it's not exactly what you're looking for when you set out on a drive, but at the same time, you don't want to come away empty-handed either. So in this case, they'll take those 3 points.
So following the field goal, Lutz is back out to kick it away. Now return coming from the 7. And he is stopped at the 25. The drive will begin there. The Patriots offense ready to take over possession of the football. From the 25, they'll go to work. 1st and 10. They'll begin it on the ground with Henderson. And good blocking up front, paving the way for a gain of 8 on the ground.
And he has been a handful to deal with throughout this entire contest, Mike. And they came into the game saying, we want to impose our will on the defense, and that's exactly what they've been able to do.
They'll run for the first time with their fullback. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45. It's a gain of 12 there. Good for a Patriots 1st down.
And this is what happens when your offensive line and your back are in sync and on the same page. Great job by the O-line distorting the defense at the point of attack, and then the running back understanding where that hole is, hitting it full speed, brings up a fresh set of downs.
They'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
The key to good route running, Mike, is deceiving the man covering you into thinking you're doing one thing, and then you change it and do the other. And in this case, he had the defender thinking this was a vertical downfield route, and then next thing you know, he gets to his break point, he breaks in, and that ball is put right on the money for a big pickup.
And it'll be a short pickup. That's not enough for the 1st down.
So the hope is when you call these underneath drag routes, you're trying to have your tight end come out the backside of the defense in space. So when you put the ball on him early, it leads to big yards after the catch. In this case, they don't get the real big play they were hoping for, but they'll definitely take it.
So points at a premium. Defensive battle so far as we are through 3. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. This crowd into it now as we get to 3rd down. It's the quarterback with a sneak. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more. Set to go now on 1st and 10. Now, May. Oh, a short throw there, but it's going to end up incomplete. That's a pass he'd say he should have had. Instead, he does not, and it brings up second down.
And it was really the pressure that threw that play off, Mike. I mean, he tries to counter the blitz by going to the quick game, which is fine, but it just seemed like they weren't necessarily on the same page and results in a drop.
On play action, here's May. His fullback releasing, and he's going to bring it in. And they'll take this down inside the 35. A gain of 11 on that one. First down, New England.
A lot could go wrong anytime you decide to put the ball in the air here late in the fourth quarter as you're trying to run out the clock and protect this lead. But at the same time, I like that they haven't gone super conservative. Just handoff right, handoff left, and it just turns into tackling practice. So I like the balance of making the defense defend everything, because right now, possess the ball, protect the ball, and ultimately just run the clock out.
Second and 10. And in motion, it's Diggs. The RPO, that one is complete. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up third down. Here's May again. And that is incomplete, but a penalty flag comes in. That might make this a first down. May to the air once more. Rush comes. They're setting up the screen. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. Here's a 2nd and 6. To throw again is May. Oh, and this one's going to wind up incomplete. That's one you'd think he'd be able to corral. He can't find the handle, and it's going to lead to a third down.
I feel like their quarterback, for the most part, has looked pretty solid. I mean, it's everybody else that seems to have let him down with the drop balls and the mistakes. That's really what's killing these drives.
Throwing on third down is May. Fighting for the goal line. He lost the football. It's out. The Broncos say they have it, and yes, they do. Talk about a big swing there. The offense was driving, had it in the red zone, looking to score. Not only does the defense stop them, Greg, they get the ball back, and they improve the field position with a nice fumble return.
And what a change of events. You find yourself defending your own side of the field, and next thing you know, you scoop. For a minute, it looked like there was going to be a score, but either way, after running out of gas, he sets his offense up in a great situation.
The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10. Quick throw there, and it's going to wind up incomplete. Well, the receiver really didn't have much time to get himself open, so the incompletion brings up 2nd down.
So there's a sense of urgency with these RPOs, especially in the NFL game, because your linemen, they're thinking it's a run, so you can't allow them to get downfield. So that's where this quick decision-making from the quarterback is so critical, and the timing of this one just wasn't quite right and falls incomplete.
Throwing it right into the hands of his running back. And he'll get about 3 here on 2nd down before he's out of bounds. Big play coming up. This is 3rd down. Throw it. Nix. And that is incomplete, but a penalty flag comes in. That might make this a first down. Blown back in the backfield. He'll get the carry here. And he'll get forward for a couple. It's second down. They'll throw. It's Nix. This one is complete inbounds, but not a whole lot out of it. It just gets back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
The best guys I've been around, Mike, they have a sense where they can see the ball, but they can feel the sideline. And that's kind of an innate sense that these guys have that allows them to concentrate and secure the catch and ensuring that both feet remain in bounds.
On first down, they'll run it on the draw. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage.
Shotgun draw, trying to catch him off guard here, Mike, but the defense was having none of it. Thought it took a little too long to develop. Gave that defense enough time to get back there, stop him for no gain.
They'll try again here, 2nd and 10. Throwing is Nix. Throw over the middle, and they can't connect. It's incomplete.
I think he just rushed that decision just a little bit downfield. I mean, it's one thing to trust your guy to make a play in tight coverage, but I think if he was a little bit more patient in his progression, there was an easier throw out there that wouldn't make him have to throw such a tight window ball and put his receiver in a tight spot.
He's going to look for the home run ball. It's a big play when they needed it the most. Pickup of 46 yards.
Both pre-snap and post-snap, this is about as well done as you can do at the quarterback position. Get in and out of the right call, identifying the holes along the back end, and then the throw. You can't put it in a better spot. I mean, that's just a big-time play.
Nothing there. He is fortunate just to get back to the line. Now it's 2nd and goal. To throw is Nix. That's going to be intercepted in the end zone. It is picked off by the rookie safety.
All right, Mike, file this play away. If they're able to hold on and pull this game out, we're going to look back on this as the pivotal moment of this game. Oftentimes, it takes that one big moment to sway the outcome of a game, and no bigger play than a pick deep inside your own red zone.
Trying to burn some clock here as they keep it on the ground. Able to slip one tackle, but not another. Will be fortunate to get this one back to the line of scrimmage.
At this stage in the fourth quarter, great job by the defense, understanding exactly what the offense is trying to do. They're trying to bleed the clock, shorten the game. They completely sold out to stop the run, able to take them down for a loss.
On 2nd down, it's May. And that ball in and out of his hands. It is incomplete. Might tell you after the game he should have come up with that one. He doesn't, and now 3rd down comes up.
So the receiver does everything right except for the most important part. He runs a nice route, he creates great separation downfield, but now you just got to finish that thing off with a catch.
From the gun, on 3rd down, it's May. And that is incomplete.
So on a day where he's completed, give or take half of his passes, Mike, you have to imagine there's a handful of throws he'd like to have back, and I think that last one falls in that category, but The biggest thing, and most fortunately for them, they find themselves with a lead despite a bit of an up-and-down performance out of their quarterback.
And that is good coverage by the punt team as they meet him and bring him down. The Broncos offense and Bo Nix getting ready to go back to work. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been successful. He just processes things so quickly, making the right read seemingly every time. Rather start on the ground. He steers clear of first tackler, working his way forward for a gain of about 4. So, from the 37, here's 2nd down and 5. Back to the ground, he'll get it again. And he's bottled up after a gain of a yard. It's 3rd and 4. Now Nick's going to look to throw. That one too far out in front. It is incomplete.
He's really struggled with his accuracy all game long, and when you look, Mike, I think he's had some opportunities downfield to connect with his guys, and it's one of the biggest reasons they find themselves trailing here late in this game.
The Broncos bringing out their punter as he's on for the 5th time this afternoon. And he'll be brought down, short return, and they'll take over there. The Patriots offense ready to take over once more. Operating from their own 23, they'll begin 1st and 10. Operating from the shotgun, it's May. He'll find the rookie 3rd-round pick, Kyle Williams. And he'll be brought down, but not before they get this all the way up near midfield. How about 25 yards to start the drive? 1st down.
And this is where the speed of your inside receivers are so critical. He lines up in the right slot. But, Mike, look how far he covers to where he ended up receiving that ball. You can't have all day. Those defensive linemen, they are coming after your quarterback. So the speed in the slot is critical. That's a great example why.
Just shy of midfield. Here's 2nd and 9. Here's May. He'll go underneath.
You know, Mike, with the importance being placed on yards after the catch, we're seeing more and more guys really emphasize turning into a runner as soon as possible. And, of course, it's a critical part of today's modern offense. But the part you have to remember, the yards are never more important than protecting the ball, so it needs to continue to be stressed. Yes, we want the big explosive play after the catch, but never at the expense of the ball.
Throw it here on 1st down. Forced out wide.
Initially, Mike, a really good job by the defense. Nowhere to go with the ball for this quarterback. He's forced to pull it down and turn into a runner. Little slow reaction, and he's able to actually pick up a pretty good gain.
Here comes 2nd and 4. Working out of the gun. It's Nix. That's going to be incomplete. Coverage very good there. Contact jarring the ball loose. And it's going to force third down.
You know, there's a rule that's pretty simple when you're running routes against zone coverage, Mike. And it's as simple as, if you're open, stay open. Instead, you see the receiver here, he ends up running to a covered window, and it just clouds the vision of the quarterback. Instead of throwing into a wide open target,
that's over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by Christian Gonzalez. And the Patriots are going to take possession.
And we've seen this throughout the entire game, Mike. These receivers are having a hard time uncovering against this secondary. You force a quarterback to throw into a lot of tightly contested windows, it's going to end up in the wrong hands.
So now the New England offense getting ready for their next possession. On the ground, it's Henderson to start this drive. He'll struggle to get back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe gets a yard out of that one. It's second down. Once more, it's Henderson. A nice pickup, moving it across the 40. We'll give him 6 on that play.
It's tough to completely celebrate, Mike, when you don't pick up the first down, but that's a run you will take every single time. I mean, good yardage, and in a lot of situations, it'll get you the first down, just not here.
2 minutes remain in the fourth quarter. Greg and I back for the conclusion in a moment. They'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete.
Seems like there was some miscommunication that time. They clearly weren't on the same page. That's something that they've got to get on the sideline and get corrected as soon as possible, because I think they just missed out on what could have been a big play.
Patriots ready for the punt as they try to play the field position game here, protecting a fourth quarter lead. And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback, and will come out to the 20-yard line. The Broncos offense make their way out to take over once more. Here's 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Throw here down the field. Will fall. Incomplete.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense, because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
Left side. That's complete. It's Sutton. And they're going to get this all the way up close to the 40-yard line. 20 yards on that pass play. Good for a Denver first down.
All right, this is a good start. Plays like these are definitely going to help as you work your way into scoring range. While you have to be wary of the clock and keep an eye on it, they should have plenty of time here to finish this drive. All right, so this is why you get paid the big bucks. These are the possessions as a quarterback you need to deliver for your team. Everybody talks about 2 minutes. Everybody drills it every single week. But when it comes down to this moment in the game, your quarterback needs to be on point. And after that first down incompletion, it just makes things that much harder.
On second down, it's Nix. This one complete to Sutton. And he'll get about 7. Still short of that first down. And they'll try to convert it on third down.
about breaking routes, Mike, especially outside of the numbers, everything is about the timing. If you're late with the throw, you're going to be watching that defensive back take that thing the other way for 6.
Nix from the gun on 3rd down. And he's going to have the 1st down taken down after a short pickup of 5, but it will keep the drive going.
The receiver thought he had a nice soft spot in that zone coverage, and he settles down to give a nice target to the quarterback. But the defense had eyes on him the entire time. Secure rally tackle prevents that from turning into a big play.
That one incomplete. The defender right there to make the play, and it's 2nd down. From the shotgun, here's Nix. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete.
The game is there for the taking. They control their own destiny, but this brings up a really big 3rd down here. But remember, they don't have to force it and push the ball past the sticks. Even if they come up short, they still have 4th down in their back pocket to try to extend this drive and see if they can pull out the win here late.
One broken up. It is incomplete. This defensive secondary, they have been really a no-fly zone all game long. It continues here and brings up 4th down.
Great job there defensively, separating the man from the ball. And this is the moments of the game where you need your best players to step up. And this guy's showing what he's capable of doing in the game's critical moment.
And that is incomplete. They had their chance. They took it there. Look, they're trailing late. Got to let it fly. This will wind up a turnover on downs. The Patriots offense makes their way back out to the field for their next possession. And this game is not a done deal just yet. Still have 3 timeouts to the defense now. If there's one 1st down, it seals the deal. But there is still a chance for the defense to get the ball back. They'll start on the ground with Stevenson. Ooh, some hitting going on now. He was rocked right at the line of scrimmage. Here's 2nd and 9. So it's a road win here for the Patriots. Points were at a premium in this one, but they're able to eke out the victory in this low-scoring affair. So that'll do it for us. For Greg Olson and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on X at EA Madden NFL. So long, everybody.